Hey there, I often get asked what is the most important thing to know, or what should I work on as a guitar player, and I usually break it up into two camps: acoustic guitar players and electric guitar players. If you're primarily playing acoustic guitar, I suggest learning as many right-hand strumming grooves as you can, because most acoustic guitar players, especially when they're just starting out, they kind of get one strumming pattern down and they can learn a lot of chords and a lot of songs, but they all sound the same because they're strumming the same exact pattern. But with electric guitar players, the thing I really stress is that you learn the fretboard. You learn every note on the neck, and what that will do, that will help you with harmony and theory and scales and chords, and it'll help you understand what you're playing. It'll help you find things. It'll help you explain musical terms or musical direction, give musical direction to others. Someone says, find me, play me a C, you can play a C. Things like that. So what I did when I was young, and I was pretty young when I realized that I needed to have that skill, is I took these little teeny pieces of paper and I wrote on them every note combination. Okay, and you're thinking it's 12. Actually, we're gonna use 17, and I'll explain that in a second. But I wrote them down on a piece of paper, put them in a box, and I would pull them out one at a time. And then what I would do is I'd find that note on every string. So if I pulled out, say, an A, I'd find an A on the 5th string. Oh, by the way, I'm using the electric sitar, the Jerry Jones electric sitar. So many of you love this thing, and you love the video I did on it, and I just figured, oh, you want to see it again. So I'm going through Logic, got a little reverb, and it sounds good in here anyway. So what I would do is when you're finding these notes, don't use open strings. We know A is open, so you already know that. So go to the 12th fret and use that A. So I'm going to go through the strings, bottom. You see that? I did one A per string, okay? And then I would pull out the next note and it would say C, and I'd go. And so it would, the note box, my little note box would be kind of an automatic randomizer. Now it's actually 17 notes, because what you would do is you would write E, F, F sharp, and G flat and put them on separate cards. You want to be able to think sharp notes and flat notes. You don't want to just go, okay, that's F sharp, G flat. No, you want to think of it as F sharp, and then later you think of it as G flat. Same thing with G sharp and A flat, A sharp and B flat, and so on and so forth. I didn't do C flat or B sharp. Those are very rare. But so I didn't worry about those, but if you want to add those to yours, you can, if it gives your brain something else to think about. Okay, so I've got this tool that I made. It's all analog, hand wired, all tube. I think it's true bypass, but I'm not sure. But it's just basically note cards with Sharpie letters written on it. There you can see all the notes, and you just shuffle it like a deck of cards, and just randomize it. Okay, so first one here is D. So I go through and find a D on each string. Now, at first you may go E, F, you may have to go up really slow, B, C, D. Now you got D, and then you go to the same thing on the next string, A, B, C. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to take you a while. What I would suggest is you do this every day, one time through the stack. At most it'll take you 5 minutes, I think, even at that pace, really slow going up the neck. That's okay. If it takes you 5 minutes, eventually it'll take you a minute or less to do all 17 cards. But basically you'll find the D. Again, we won't use the open D. We want to go to the 12th fret, just so you learn further up. And if you want to continue up and do more notes up in here, or limit yourself to, say, the 8th fret up to the 20th fret or something like that, you can totally do that. Okay, so D, my next note is A flat. So you'll eventually get that fast, if not faster. C. And next one is E. Again, I'm not going to use the open E's. I'm going to actually fret at the 12th fret. And you'll start to see patterns. If you went chromatically, you would probably use the patterns more than your memory of the notes. So I recommend using some kind of system that will help you get them out of order, so you don't just do them chromatically. F, of course, now we're going chromatically, of course. That was random. Okay, there's F. Okay, A sharp. Okay, that's enharmonic. That's the word that describes two different names for the same note. That's enharmonic with B flat. So A sharp and B flat are the same. There you go. And you'll find there may be some shadow areas where you have a little difficulty. I always had a hard time up in this area and on the G string and sometimes on the B string. For some reason those were hard. The bottom string and the top string are always pretty easy because you already know those generally for the power chords. It sounds so good on this guitar. And also you generally tend to know the A string for the same exact reason. But the D string, the G string, the B string do tend to get lost in the process of you learning your fretboard. So this will help you do that. Okay, C sharp. Next one is E flat. I'm just kind of going through these so you can kind of see what this looks like. See, there's the one I went to E and had to go to E flat. It wasn't automatic. It's kind of that shadow area, even for me. G flat. Next one is F sharp. Same note. So that's okay. That means you get an easy one. Yeah, what did I say? F sharp? Yeah, F sharp. Okay, so this is your all analog, hand wired, all tube, true bypass new tool is, and hopefully you can afford it. I'm not going to manufacture these and sell them, but you can work on this every day. Do it once a day. Give yourself a little time, maybe a month or two, and you'll find yourself getting faster and faster. You can even time yourself if you want. You can put a little stopwatch, just set up stopwatch on your phone and time yourself, and then see if you can beat your time every day. And that's it. And before you know it, you'll be knowing your fretboard. And what happens when you start to know your fretboard is now you can play a B chord like this, B flat, and you can go through it and go, oh, that's a B flat, that's an F, that's a B flat, that's a D, that's an F, that's a B flat. And you start to see the notes in there. And it's now that you start combining the fretboard with theory, and things start making sense. Well, if I flat the D and make it D flat, then that makes it B flat minor. And you can learn that kind of stuff. So anyway, this is, like I said, it's the most important thing. I'm sure I'm going to get other suggestions what's very important, but I think this is very foundational at the very least. And I hope you're able to get it down with no problem, and I hope you stay tuned and watch some more videos. I got more coming up. I got more ideas. So we'll talk soon. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.